last time on Hero Squad, Under the Dragon Shadow.
Hey, lucky you! You got the thing!
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very much.
I hope you can, I hope it works out for you.
Oh, I'm going to find out. She starts sort of, making incisions, and then she takes the amulet, puts it inside. You see a man standing there.
Well, what's your name?
Thrun.
Your friend.
He's returned.
Oh, so he said something about a war?
He was trying to rule over all of Karnath.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Hey, Dragus!
Yeah, how's it going?
Feel free to floor it. We're all on board.
Oh, let's go, elemental baby!
So I'm roasting dinosaur.
Okay.
And getting drunk on wine.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys were saying that you guys were cursed.
Oh, it doesn't matter anymore.
No, wait a minute.
It-
I got secrets. You guys can tell your secrets to me.
What secrets do you got?
I'm not this guy.
Basically, you guys might have gone on a bit of a bender. So you settle down in this place. When you step out, you see that you are at a spa.
On the continent of Khorvaire, a chance encounter brought 4 intrepid travelers together on the road to adventure. Though they began as strangers, they soon became known as the Hero Squad.
Last time we ended with y'all leaving the Crystal Tower with some more knowledge than you had before and some curses lifted from many of you, or at least somewhat. Then y'all spent some time on the airship, kind of on your way to Kubara, and had like a little relaxing time, a little bit of downtime. And when we ended that session, you actually arrived at a hot springs.
Hot springs.
Finally.
Now, remind me, was there a location name of where we landed?
No, but I can tell you real quick.
Does it matter?
We're in Kubara.
You're on the
jungles.
Not in the jungles. You're in the mountains just out to the east or the west, the Endworld Mountains, which separate the Talenta Plains and Kubara. So if you go look at a map of Eberron, you'll very clearly see these Endworld Mountains. And
World Mountains.
I'm sorry. I keep thinking of like Qdoba and
Right.
the Talenti plane.
Yeah,
like food. It's just food.
yeah.
Planes are made of ice cream, and the other place is made of delicious
Burritos. So
Endworld Mountains.
The Endworld Mountains, and you're sort of on the southern area of the Endworld Mountains. So there's a place called Wormwatch, there's a place called Pitchwall, there's a place called Stormhorn Clanhold. So if you look at that area on the map, you guys are roughly in that region. So where you arrive, so you land in the mountains, you can see beautiful, gorgeous mountaintops, going all the way. You see the plains endlessly behind you. And then, just on the other side of the mountains, which you can see because you are sort of up on this nice area, this summit that looks down and everything, you can clearly see wild jungle covering most of Kubara. Now, the place where you are, the hot springs itself, you see a nice, big, ornate sign carved out of stone, and it says the Spirit of the Seven Springs. So
Spirit of the Seven?
Spirit of the Seven.
Okay.
Now, if you want to kind of set the stage of what it looks like, what you see as you're kind of landing on this sort of open platform area. You do see a couple of other airships and things. It seems like there's some traffic that comes through here. The sort of aesthetic, think Aztec or Mayan. Geometric shapes, but the overall kind of layout and design, think of like a Japanese onsen or a traditional hot springs,
So it's a fusion.
It's a fusion, yeah. Just imagine Mayan and Aztec design, but a Japanese style onsen in terms of the layout. It's probably the best way to understand it. You would recognize this pretty much right away as some lizard folk design work. They're known for having this type of aesthetic, and you would expect that coming into Jabara.
Lizard. Excuse me.
Lizard folk.
Is that
Yeah.
their preferred nomenclature?
Yeah, there's lizard folk and there's dragon folk as well. So
Okay.
they're different races.
Okay.
So lizard folk would be more native to this region. All dragonborn would originate from elsewhere.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Like Gendrick.
I thought you were just being really rude to the dragon.
No, I was not being rude. They're different races.
The dragons immigrated to
Yes.
Dubar?
Yeah. And the lizard folk were here earlier, and then they both share some space here, and they share some commonality in their
Like
ancestry.
the fact that they're both
scaly
reptiles.
Yeah. Well, dragons are divine, whereas lizard folk they're lizards.
I'm sure that they let him know that all the time.
all the time. So beyond all that, Ravo turns to y'all very quickly. You're all kind of like sitting up there as you're landing. Says, I have business to attend to here.
In the hot springs?
Yes, Lordrum sent me here. We're not here for our own fun, but might as well have some while we're here.
you said that. All right. What are you going to be doing here?
Well, Lordrum believed that this place could hold some answers to helping your friend, Marakai. The healing waters here are known to be quite powerful, and, well, he said that while we're on this journey, we may as well take a few stops in places where we might find some answers.
Honestly, I thought Lordrum just remembered that our hot springs.
Our hot springs.
No, sadly, he did not
Business.
consider your request.
Our business adventure.
But the waters here are known to have healing properties to them?
Indeed, and in these times, ever since the events with the weather changing and the water everywhere starting to take on these negative properties, this place seems to be clear still, to be somehow able or
unaffected.
through some way unaffected, and not only unaffected, but continuing to be powerful in its healing abilities. It's a well-known region for that. It just seems that it's weathering this particular problem. Anyways, I'm to go and speak with the sages and elders here and try and understand what's happening, and perhaps we can bring Marakai here at some point to help her.
Do you need us to come along?
I don't believe so. It should be relatively straightforward. I have a meeting and whatnot, but...
So we can, go dip our toes and all that stuff?
You're actually going to take a
Indeed.
bath,
Indeed.
Rhaegar?
I wouldn't consider it taking a bath. I'd call it,
It's
taking
hot
a soak,
water.
doing a dip.
Just so you know, they will make you take a bath before you get in the water, because they don't want to dirty the...
It's worth
Can
it.
he call it taking a dip?
Sure, he can call it taking a dip, yes. All right. We're going to need to take a dip before you take a dip. Is that... Anyway.
Are you going to join us in the hot springs later?
I will meet up with you later, but for now,
Excellent.
just have fun, I guess.
All right.
Or whatever it is you wish
We'll
to
meet
do.
up. I hope that you learn some nice things that
Indeed.
will help heal Marakai.
Indeed, so I'll be on my way. So he quickly grabs a bag, hops off, and you just see him kind of he's clearly got a mission. Right, sort of as he passes underneath the giant, sign, a little lizard folk lady kind of comes up, and she's wearing a nice, cute little apron and everything. She's got purple scales and a little bit broader in face and whatnot. I think kind of like a Gila monster or something like that. So a little bit like of a stockier, broader kind of lizard.
Monsters.
How tall are they?
Comparatively,
So they'd be kind of average human height, maybe sometimes a little bit shorter. But
like
yeah,
5'5"?
Yeah, we'd say her in particular, she's on the shorter side, so we'd say 5'2", 5'3".
Okay.
But generally lizard folk, they're going to be in the 5'7", 5'8" range, maybe a few taller, maybe a few shorter. Because they span different kind of species of lizard, it'll vary sort of on the type. So yeah, she's got purple skin, or purple scales, and like a little kind of apron, like a little kind of hat thing that she's got kind of tied
So
around,
cute.
some feathers in it and whatnot. Very colorful, all the linen work. And should have come to you.
Hello. My name is Roz. Welcome to the springs here. What brings you here?
Oh, thank you, Roz. This is an amazing looking place here.
Oh, thank you.
Our friend came here looking for some information on some of the healing properties of your water, but honestly, the four of us, I think, just were really looking for a place to relax.
Of course. Well, everything has been paid for. We've been expecting you.
Everything's been paid for?
This is amazing.
Yes, word was
Why-
sent. Word was sent that you would be coming, that something would need to be done, and well, all the arrangements have been made. We have.
Honestly, I feel like we should have traveled with whoever sent that word, because our travels have not been that good.
Oh yes. Well, Lordrum has sent me everything that I need, and he said that you would know that you would be taken care of. So we have rooms for you where you can change. We have the baths here. Would you like to go on a little tour?
Yes.
Yes.
100% yeah.
Well, follow me. Everyone who's coming along.
Okay.
Dragus and Ransper both hop off as well.
Yeah.
And they're following along with you. So, Ransper's kind of like,
Oh, well, I could use a little break around here, and
Drake is like, I'm always down for a dip. Huh?
Forgot who ran.
Let's dip.
Let's dip.
He was the original train conductor. on
Okay.
our
Oh
first
yeah.
ship.
Okay.
Ransper is your engineer.
forgot. I'm sorry.
And Dregus is your pilot. This is the problem with
Come
us
on,
doing this once
Anna,
every
put it in your notes.
It probably is in my
probably in
notes,
there.
but it's at page 1.
We need searchable.
He was
notes.
my first boss. Anna.
It's true. It's true.
Anna, what you need is a table of contents, and first page,
Chapter
just
1.
the characters
Yeah.
and where
I
they
will
came
say, like,
from.
legitimately, no joke. Most campaigns could use some kind of like searchable
Yeah.
like codex.
100%.
Be really
I mean,
great.
my notes are terrible.
Yeah. I like it's like
Trying to figure this out.
It's like Roll20 is sort of built for this. We haven't been using
Yeah.
it for this. So Roz kind of like leads you underneath the sign, and first thing you see, obviously, there's several different pools.
I'm so excited.
And in the pools, you do see a variety of individuals in them. There's some humans in a couple of them. There's a lot of lizard folk and dragonborn.
Does the water
dragon
just
folk.
look like normal water, or is it colored in some weird?
So yeah, some of it is maybe like a little more aqua, some it's a little more teal,
there a pink one?
there's minerals and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Is there a pink one? Will you roll?
Yeah. What do you
Just roll a d20.
A 20?
Yeah.
Perspective.
15?
There is a pink one. Yeah.
I turned to Roz. Roz, is there a private pool?
Oh, well, no. All pools, they're out in nature in the open air, as lizard folk, and with our warship, we need to be in the open sun.
Roz,
Yes.
I don't have a bathing suit. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh,
these
no,
are probably-
bathing suits are not allowed.
Yeah. It's a hot spring radar. What did you expect?
In order to experience the full effect of the healing powers, one must be fully naked.
Speaking of healing powers, so
Yes.
our friend told us that everywhere else in this crazy world, it's being polluted. The waters are turning into
Are you
toxic
afraid
waste.
this is why they want you to bathe before you jump in the pool, so you don't pollute the pool.
I'm not talking about that, but thank you, Christina. What is it about this place that hasn't been affected by the spread of whatever taint is out there?
Oh, I can't say what's going on with the rest of the world. All I can say is that we worship the spirit of the Seven, and the Seven looks over us, and that spirit blesses these waters.
So what you're saying is that the fact that everybody else isn't worshiping your gods is their downfall.
No, it's not that they're not worshiping. It's that this place is a locus of power. This is a very important place. And not only the place, but what is here. We carry with us a valuable artifact that blesses this land.
Have you noticed if the corruption has spread beyond the mountains, or do you think the mountains are sort of holding back that corruption?
I don't know of necessarily of this corruption that you speak of. And
What's
how it's
this
affecting
artifact
the
you're
world.
talking about?
Oh well, the great mirror. It's in the shrine that we will see in a moment.
Ooh, continue the tour then,
Yes,
please.
Of course, ask whatever questions you like, but we may be here for a while. That's fine.
What
I'm
degrees does the hot springs get to?
old. What degrees?
Yeah, how hot are the hot springs?
Oh, at least 7 flurgans.
That's amazing. That's my perfect amount of flurgans.
Very
So
well.
excited.
What's the flurgan to Deldio conversion rate?
Oh, goodness.
We don't use flurgans where I come from.
No, it's at least 130 Deldios, between 130 and negative 27 Deldios.
All right. I'll get somebody smarter than me to do that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Speak nonsense. I'm speaking nonsense back.
Also, is there like a menu of things that we can partake in while we're here, like massages or?
Well, the attendants are here and willing to aid you in whatever way is possible. No request is too outlandish, although we may,
I don't know who you think you're talking
Right.
to.
But
Yeah,
we
maybe
also
dial
reserve
that back a little bit around her.
but we always reserve the right to refuse
Of course,
anything
of course.
asked, but you may request whatever.
I grabbed Brittany by the hand. I was like, "Excuse us," and I take her somewhere a little bit more private.
Yeah,
Dear
yes.
sister, you do realize we're supposed to be hiding our wings now that they're uncursed.
Yeah, but we can still, with the magic, it'll be fine.
What magic?
Disguise self. That's not going to wash away.
I'm just trying to keep us safe.
I understand and I agree. But maybe we can find, maybe there is a lady-only hot spring.
Because if you're asking for massage, they're still going to feel your feathers.
Oh, you're right. Sister, you're too smart. I just was really hoping for a massage. It's been so long.
We should have done it before we
We should have. Can't go back on it now.
Can't put the curse back in the bottle.
You can't. No.
I guess
you
I'll
could. If you find the person that cursed us.
I guess I will abstain from the massages this trip around. But I just want to know what other fun places they have here.
So, ladies, would you like to continue the tour? Or?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, hurry up!
Is there a ladies only hot spring?
Well, yes, there are some segregated pools if that's what you're looking for.
Just curious.
Bashful, these two, apparently, all of a sudden.
Hey, where's this mirror?
Oh, we'll get there eventually. Hold your horses. It's a little joke I say for humans and whatnot. You see, horses not a thing over here. We don't.
What do you ride?
Dinosaurs, of course.
Excuse me?
Yes.
That's adorable.
Would I have known that there's dinosaurs here?
You may or may not have, but it would be known.
Okay.
Like it's everything is lizardy down here. Like that's
right.
really what it comes down to.
You need to be more specific. Like when you say we ride dinosaurs,
Yes.
that's like us saying we ride mammals.
Ah, yes, of course. Well, razor claws and all sorts of other dinosaurs.
Razor claws.
It's Angora Crater over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I know what that is, but I've heard
So
that.
using non D&D language, because I don't know all the names of all the dinosaurs off the top of my head, because they all have weird ones. It's basically like raptors or like Gallimimus, anything that's in that roughly horse-sized thing. They're riding on. Yeah.
Okay.
No results found.
All right, so let's continue along. So we have all of the pools here. You can see various different features in all of them. Then if we move further along, you can see here all of the rooms that you can stay in, the private rooms. You can spend an evening or two here, a nice little retreat if you like. And I know that y'all have several rooms paid out for the next few days just in case you need to stay here.
Is all this Aztec in mind looking as well?
Yeah, so like the design, again, very... But think that kind of fusion of like the onsen, because, sliding paper doors and whatnot in, big geometrically shaped stuff instead of the kind of nice swooping triangles that you get a lot in like Japanese architecture.
So yes, these are the rooms. You can stay here for a few nights or a week or however long that one needs to heal. We often have pilgrims come here for a very long time.
Definitely, we
seeking
might
to
be
heal.
here for a long time.
And then if you continue this way, we have our hot rocks, which, maybe not for you, but lizard folk, we do like to lay out in the sun. And these rocks have been blessed for us to lay upon and have the sun warm our bodies and our souls and spirits as well.
Sounds amazing.
Honestly, I've heard maybe like you can use the hot rocks to like create steam in a steam room. Do you have something like that?
Oh, yes, we do. We do have a spa room over there where you can go and use those rocks if you want the humidity and whatnot. Here, we're rather used to it with the jungles and whatnot, so we tend to avoid the humidity when we get the chance.
Oh man, after last night, there was a decent amount of drinking. I feel like I should get some of the toxins out.
Last night, it's been weeks, sir.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of toxins in this group lately. I think I need to get the toxins out of me.
Well, then you may want to go for the full suite. Go all around. So then, of course, we arrive at our shrine.
And so kind of like towards the edge of the property, raised up the highest point, there is this little kind of shrine, little stair steps leading up to it. And she takes you kind of like right up to the entrance, not quite inside. You can see inside, and there are a couple of like priest attendants walking around kind of cleaning things and whatnot, moving things around. So she sort of points in. Here is where pilgrims and other adventurers may bring offerings to give to the Spirit of the Seven, and thus the Spirit of the Seven blesses us with healing powers. We ask that those who come, they give what they can, and that the Spirit knows how much of a sacrifice they've made.
Any
yes.
any like common offerings that we would notice, or is it just sort of like anything?
Yeah, so if you look inside, like to where what's inside, what you do see is there's sort of like a stone basin, and above that basin you can see like kind of like resting and angled down towards it. It actually is kind of casting a beam because of the reflection of the light coming in. That there is a mirror, like it's like a shard of a mirror. So it's an oddly shaped mirror that then has like a metal inlay around it, so it looks like someone found a piece of mirror and then built something around it that's very ornate.
How large is it?
I'd say you could about that big.
Yeah.
So one could hold it like a hand mirror, but it's gonna be awkward.
To be clear, you said it's like
Yeah.
a piece of mirror, so is
Yeah.
it like literally like broken glass, like it's a shard?
It's like a shard of a mirror. Yeah. That has been set into this like little kind of ornate holding. So then on that basin that you see a whole bunch of random stuff. So you'll see some coins. You'll see a couple, some animal carcasses, not like big ones, but like little, there's like little slabs of meat, or, there's a couple birds and things in there. There's little trinkets, just stuff that you would imagine different people would bring and throw on there.
Okay.
So Roz kind of turns to you.
So the spirit sees through the mirror to the offerings and sees who provides the offerings, and thus judges them based on their offering, and thus the healing is received.
Why is it broken?
Oh, this is just but a shard of the great mirrors and the hall of mirrors that bestow upon this land great power.
Where's the rest of the mirrors?
Oh,
Yeah, where's the Hall of Mirrors?
well, I don't particularly know off the top of my head. It's a
Don't you think if you were like to piece together all the mirrors, then you'd have like the mirror of ultimate power or something?
Oh, it's not my place to do such a thing, and I believe that the spirit would not want someone to covet those. I believe that they belong in the sacred places where they are, and this shard was given to us as a gift to give us a small
But why were they
piece of
broken in the
power.
first place?
Oh, that I don't know. That would have been thousands of years ago.
Seems like you should be asking these questions.
Oh, I think it's not my place to ask such questions of our great lord.
Do you know who built the statue that's holding the mirror?
Who built it?
Yeah.
The ancients?
So it's
I don't know
it's
who,
been
but
thousands
it's-
of years
yes.
that it's been built this way with the
Oh,
mirror?
yes.
Okay.
So you said they're looking through the mirror?
Yes, the spirit looks through the mirror and judges not only the offering, but those it sees within the mirror.
You ever see it like this offering, not so good?
Yes and no.
Because I'm looking at the dead birds there, and if I were the god, I'd be like, really?
Rhaegar!
well,
Dead birds.
I will say that
You
those.
say as someone that has dead coyote foot or
Yeah.
dead wolf foot.
Yeah, you know what? I bested this beast in battle, all right? Not like, a bird? Come on. A bird?
Do not judge other people's offerings.
Those birds were brought by a series of hunters who they live off the land, and this makes
Wow.
up a portion of their earnings.
Some hunters you got. Killing birds. That's the best they got? Wow, I'd be furious if I were your god.
I am so sorry.
You know what this? I am so excited
so
to see
sorry.
my friend's offering to your statue later.
I am too. I'm so excited. What are you going to give?
I'm gonna go hunting. I'll find something better than a bird. I'll tell you that much. Wait, why do I? It's not my god. Well, what do I care?
While this is going on, Brittany
May-
takes a hair a hair clip that's jeweled and everything, and it's really cute, and puts it as an offering.
Okay, so you place it in. Do you look at the mirror? Like, what do you do?
I just place it for right now. I'm not going to look in the mirror, but I feel like as a sign of respect to the place that we're visiting, Brittany wants to follow sort of like the cultural rules and be very honorable in that.
So you place the offering on the little basin, and as you do,
I glare at Rhaegar while I do it.
The two attendants that were in there, kind of cleaning and whatnot, they both sort of turn to you and bow.
I follow Brittany and I put down a locket that I've been carrying.
Okay, and again they bow to you. Roz turns to both of you.
Thank you for your offering.
Thank you for
Thank you for having us.
May the spirit of the seven bless you.
as you and you as
kind.
well.
So, are there any other questions? I'm sorry I can't answer the ones you have. They're very interesting questions, but they go beyond my age. You know, I may look like I'm a spry young lady, but I've been around for a while, but not that long. Not that long.
No, you don't look a day over 50?
You're too kind.
How long do lizard folk live?
Average human length.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if their metabolism's higher than.
No, I'm pretty sure they live about as long as people.
So, are there any other questions? Is there anything
I'm just excited to get back to my room. Or to my room.
I can show you all to your rooms?
That
if you
would be
like.
amazing.
Yes?
Thank you, Roz.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Follow me this way.
And so she takes you, and each of you, one by one, she gives you, everybody has their own room. And so she just takes you to each of them. So you have a block of a few rooms. As y'all are getting to your rooms, you see Dregus and Ranspur with little white towels around them.
they're already heading in.
Just running.
It's adorable. Does one of the
Naked.
towels fall off?
No, but like Ranspur's kind of falls below his butt cheeks.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I forget. Is Ransper human or
No.
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 So
Okay,
he's
I couldn't
T-tiny.
remember.
T-tiny.
It's been too long.
Yeah. So yeah, you just see them run into get into the hot springs, and as you're kind of getting in your ears, you actually hear Dregus yell, "Cannonball!" So
Is that against the rules? Can we cannonball?
I was going to say,
no.
do we hear the other people in the pool oh?
yeah, you do. Yeah, you you hear some ruckus.
Yeah.
Right. You also hear an oh, ow.
Yeah, it's not that deep. Yeah.
Oh,
There's so many knees in here.
Take care of yourself. You gotta drive the ship.
oh! I need the healing. Oh, I need the healing.
Go lay on a flat rock.
So yeah, you guys you've been taken to your rooms.
Okay.
What do you decide to do?
Well, I am going to go hunting.
Just right away.
Yep.
Right away, you're going to go hunt.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm going to
Oh
try
my
and
God.
one up. I'm going to try to show up.
You're a horrible.
I hope you bring
Elf.
back the smallest bird possible.
I'm gonna try to.
Why don't you just put
one up
Felicia on
Brittany,
there?
okay? And I'm going to try to find something bigger than a bird.
Okay, so we'll deal with that in a second.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I go into Brittany's room.
I was going to be like, I go into Christina's room. So we each go into each other's room.
So let's resolve that in a second. And then Ash, what's Atlas going to do?
To me, I'm still sort of mostly curious on the mirror. So I might just leave my luggage in my room and head back towards the mirror.
Head back towards the shrine.
And just study the mirror.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I think let's go ahead. Let's do what y'all's interaction.
Okay. Okay.
So you go into
I go
Brittany's
to
room.
Brittany's room. Brittany, dear sister, could you
Yes?
help me with disguise self on these?
Yeah.
Because I never casted them after I just bound them.
I can help with that.
Okay.
I could have sworn you guys
mean,
casted them on each other.
She did it to hers. I just bound mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I cast disguise or whatever magic applies for
Yeah.
her
so,
and me.
It's disguise self.
Yeah. So I basically undress and unbind the wings and then allow her to cast it.
Okay.
And disguise self, is the duration for as long as you want it
I
to
think
be?
it's an
I can't
hour,
remember.
but let me look it up.
Yeah,
It's an hour.
They're able to do it. Yeah,
But I'm going to constantly be
and you can
casting
sustain it. Yeah, as long as you're not in combat or anything, you can sustain it.
But,
for concentration.
You could still, if there was something protruding from you, you could still feel it.
You can still interact. It's still
So-
physically there.
Are you disguising self and then rebinding so that it's not jutting out?
It would be really noticeable if I was binding and then going to the hot spring.
But
you could
bind.
disguise the bind, just like you can disguise
and then I
the-
can just disguise
Yeah.
self on you, so it doesn't look like you're wearing a bind.
Yeah.
Okay. I could do that.
Yeah.
So the wings are still there. So it's
Yeah.
if someone like you were saying with the massage or anything like that, they could feel it there, but since it can't be seen, it keeps up the illusion.
Yeah. So we will bind our wings.
Could I have them do a down south massage? Just the back of the legs, you know what I mean? Just stick to the butt and the back of the legs. What?
Down south, y'all.
A down
Just
south
front
massage.
only, okay? Front only.
Is that better?
Is it?
I guess it depends on what kind of massage you want.
Just the way you said a down south massage. Oh boy. All right. Do y'all
That's how they do it. We're in the south. Come on. It's very far south.
okay. You're right. You're right.
Foot only massage. There you go.
All right. Is there anything else
Yes.
that y'all two want to talk
Yes.
about?
Christina, I'm worried.
Why? We're in a hot spring.
Do you remember? I can't remember what night it was when we were all drinking.
That was
It was
nights
a
ago.
blur. It was many.
That was
nights.
a blur.
But do you remember what Rhaegar said?
No.
Okay, well maybe I just
Why
have
don't
a
you
higher
enlighten
tolerance to these drinking
Not shocking.
escapades.
Well, you drink every day.
I do, which is grateful for me. I can remember these conversations. He said he isn't who he says he is.
What does that mean?
Exactly. Can we trust him?
Well, we've trusted him so far. Why would we not trust him now?
What if Brannigan sent him after us?
You have to remind me who Brannigan is. Please tell me.
The one that murdered our entire family.
You forgot about that. Oh, that Brannigan.
That Brannigan.
That Brannigan.
I thought you said Schmannigan.
Well, it's been a long time. I don't think he would be chasing us anymore.
I mean, he wanted all of us dead.
Well, We haven't
And
heard
if
from
Rhaegar is one of his men who's been sent to kill us, how do we know that? If Rhaegar is saying says he's not who he is.
Have you met Rhaegar?
Yeah, but that could all be an act.
I trust him so far. I don't think he would do anything too well. Well, I don't think he's smart enough to do that.
Yeah, but once again, that could all be just an act. I'm just saying we should not let our senses down and make sure that nothing bad will come from this. And while I just don't like not knowing who he is.
Well, I feel like if he did have a motive, he would have done it by now, especially during
Unless
that.
it's a very long con to gain our trust.
Well, he's had multiple chances to do something, so I don't think he is
very
somebody
true.
we shouldn't trust.
I'm just worried about it.
You're always worried about it.
I am always worried about it. What if we just zone of truth him? Make him tell us.
I mean, you certainly can. If you want to. It'd be very rude, but you certainly
It'd just
can.
be easier if you just told us everything, and then I wouldn't have to worry about
Well,
things.
you've already charmed him multiple times. I'm surprised you haven't zoned of truth him since.
It's going to be a long week. We'll see what happens. Also, I think we need to get that scroll from Atlas, the book that he got from Madeline.
Oh.
It's written in Celestial. We might be able to do something with it.
I mean, we certainly could try.
Yes, I'm going to need you to distract him so I can take the book.
So, you're telling me that you could just ask him.
That's true. I could just do that too.
He literally would probably give it to you if you just asked him. You don't have to steal it.
But fine.
If you're worried about trusting somebody, at least trust Atlas.
Yeah.
He's our baby bird.
He is a baby bird. We really need to teach him how to fly. It's painful to watch. All right, I'll try and be more trusting for you.
Thank you. Now let's go to the pool.
Yeah, let's go to the pink one. The pink pool.
All right.
Pink pools are the worst one.
Y'all just arguing over everything. All right, then let's do. So you want to go hunting, so that'll take the longest, I'm imagining. So you're going to go up to the shrine.
I'm gonna go up to the shrine. I want to like observe the mirror, like get up close to it if I can. Like if there's not too many people getting freaked out by me getting super close to the mirror, and see if I can like look at my reflection in it and just sort of like observe anything odd about it.
Yeah.
I guess.
So when you go into the shrine, there aren't too many people in there. There's a couple people like giving offerings, and again, there's the attendants and whatnot. As you're getting closer to the mirror, you can see that the attendants are kind of like watching you a little bit. So you kind of feel a little bit of social pressure not to get too close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're saying you kind of like go and like stare at the mirror and whatnot.
I want to stare at the mirror. I want to see if I can see my own reflection in it and see if it acts like a normal mirror.
Yeah.
And then I sort of want to just see if there's anything odd about it, or if I just think it's a normal mirror.
Yeah. So will you roll perception?
Yep. That I think is a 17.
17? Okay. So you go up, you look at the mirror, and as you're staring at it, you do see your own reflection. You see, as you would expect, the mirror is reflecting back a lot of, what sees in the room.
Just so I'm clear, sorry. You mentioned it's a shard mirror, but how big is that shard? Like compared?
The shard itself is probably about like that big.
Okay.
Because the whole device is probably about like this big.
Okay.
So it's very small. And you do have to kind of like look into it, right? To like see what you can see. So what you can see in the reflection at first doesn't seem like there's anything too abnormal about it.
Yeah.
It seems just like a mirror. But what you do notice a little bit as you stare longer and longer into it, you can see kind of like the glowing in your eyes and like a little bit of the glowing around kind of like your shoulders where your wings like would be.
Right.
Like it's just sort of starting to like appear just a little bit.
Like
see it in the mirror?
As if there's something, maybe I just do like a...
Yeah. Yeah, so when you do that, your wings aren't out. There's nothing there. but like, you know, you can see the mirror and it's clearly, you know, it sort of seems like it's aware of things, right? It's aware of you as who you are. Additionally, you can see a little bit of the reflection of the basin that has all of the offerings in it. There, you can see a lot of weirdness, like it's like the birds, for example, down there behind you, dead as a doornail.
Yeah.
In the mirror, you sort of see them kind of like hopping around.
Oh my God, that's
okay.
Popping. And all the stuff in there, just there's weird properties of it. So, you know, you see that, you look back, and everything looks fine. You look back at the mirror again, and everything looks fine. And every now and then, just a little something. You're not sure if you saw it, but you think you saw it.
Okay.
You know?
That's good. That's about what I wanted to get at.
Yeah. And that's pretty much that. Is there anything else you want to ask?
I guess, is Roz still about?
Roz, now she's outside.
If she's right outside, basically, like, I want to not make an offering there, but like, I'll say, Roz, this is, instead of leaving the offering there, this is for you, for your kindness, for showing us around. I hand her a few coins.
Oh, well, thank you, my dear. I don't know if I can accept this. I receive all of my worldly needs through the shrine.
I think I trust this more with you than just on the floor over there.
Oh,
I hope that's okay.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll see to it that this goes to the right places.
Okay. I'll just head back to my room.
You just head back to the room. Yeah. We'll say you're getting ready to go.
Yeah, I'll get ready to, like, I'll get into my towel.
Into your towel and everything. Okay. All right, let's do your hunt. So you're up in the mountains. So finding game up here is a little bit trickier. Towards the entrance where y'all came in, you noticed a little path that seemed to be like that's the path that people would take if they were coming from the jungle side. You're pretty high up, so it's going to take you a little bit to get anywhere deep into the jungle or anything like that. But there you can see there are some little bushes and trees and things, so maybe you'll find something down there. So let's first have you roll. It's going to be survival for the skill. So let's roll a survival. 4. Okay. So you. All right. Roll.
Not a 1.
Roll a dexterity.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20? Okay, cool. So, you're walking down this path, and, you know, it's really, really tight, back and forth, steep path. And so, as you're going along, like, you're looking for tracks or, you know, any kind of sign of life as you're heading down this path. And it seems a little too crumbly, I guess. A lot of the rock is, like, as you're stepping, like, you're feeling, like, pieces of it are just, like, falling off to the side. Very unstable. And actually, at one point, you take a step and the rocks completely give way. And I mean, you would be falling a good ways, but you catch yourself and do a little kind of like leap forward, flip roll kind of thing down the hill further. But you managed to like save yourself from what would have clearly been a very, very bad fall. So you make your way down to like the edge of this first like kind of double back, and there's like a little area, bushes and trees and whatnot. You're not seeing much signs of any life or anything like that there. You can roll another. You roll a perception.
Yeah.
While you're down here. Yeah.
So, good God, a 5.
5. So again, it just seems like the terrain up here and everything, it makes it very difficult for tracks to stay. It seems like there's not a lot of evidence of stuff around. You see a couple maybe broken branches and things, but it's not telling you what you want to hear, you know?
Can I sort of perch myself in a tree and look and wait?
You want to wait? You want to lie and wait? Okay.
Yeah, kind of want to like see if I see any animals moving about down below, like maybe around where their broken branches were.
Okay. What would we call that? Just trying to think of like, because for now we could just have it be you just sitting there. It could be another survival. Stealth. Okay, we could.
Because you're sort of hanging out.
Yeah,
waiting.
we could.
Also, like perception, seeing like the signs of wildlife.
Well, yeah. So we did that, and that didn't do so well. Mm-hmm. We'll try the stealth.
11.
11. Okay, so you kind of perch yourself up in a tree, You know, it's like a sort of like a pine kind of tree because you're higher up, so not quite in the jungle stuff. So, you know, needles and things, you can see through it pretty well, but you're pretty well occluded, so you feel pretty good. And now you're going to be waiting there for a little bit. Okay. So, I think with that, let's go ahead and call this episode here.
Okay.
And then we'll come back right after that.
This episode of Hero Squad has been brought to you in huge part thanks to the generous contributions of these incredible people over at patreon.com. If you guys want to add your name to the list, gain some amazing rewards, and help us out in the process, click that link down below. Thanks for your continued support, and we'll catch you guys next time.